Readings from the Sunshine State. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to create some unique bookmarks. These are huge bookmarks. I think they're 7.5 inches long, the sleeves, and that's not including the end and the tassel. Now, I have a number of old pours hanging around, pours that I didn't put in boutiques, pours that I didn't donate. Sometimes I donate to nursing homes or charities, or I give them away to friends. But I have others just hanging around in bins, so I decided to repurpose them and make these unique bookmarks that I can sell or give away. So these are the materials you'll need to have on hand. Oh, I'll show you the bookmark in an actual book. You can see how it's a very substantial bookmark, and I make them two-sided as well. I don't like the one-sided ones I've seen. So I think these are more interesting, and I actually make them so that the grain, if there's a grain, it continues on the other side. So I have them match up. So they're very beautiful. These are a Space Odyssey. Sometimes I do put bling on the back or on one side as well. Put anything you'd like. This was an acrylic ink pour that I did. And this one here that I selected for the demonstration is an acrylic ink pour. I thought the colors were nice for fall bookmarks. So getting back to the materials, you'll need an X-Acto knife. I use this cutter as well. It looks like a pizza cutter, but it isn't. It's much sharper. It's not necessary to have, though. A ruler. This is my ruler from grade school, the Ontario Department of Health. I won't tell you how old this ruler is. It's an antique. A template. I make a template for these plastic sleeves. And I'll put the link, the Amazon link to the plastic sleeves and the tassels in the description box below. I already selected possible colors as tassels for this pour. But the plastic sleeves already have a hole on the end for a tassel, and there's the pocket. So I created this template, and I use it for both sides, front and back, and then I glue the two pieces of canvas together and then trim them up. But I'll do a demonstration now to show you. So just turn the canvas upside down and get your X-Acto knife. What I started doing was I started putting out the staples with this staple remover, the claws, but it was just too time consuming, and I found using a knife along the edge worked a lot quicker, and we're not using the back, this part anyway, so why not just do it the easy way? I don't know if I'm in frame here. Oops. You don't want your hand in the way. Oh, if you want to make cuff bracelets using paint skins, I have a video on how to make these. I'll put that in the description box below as well. Alright, so I may have to recut some areas, but you start just taking it off the frame. Usually the corners are stubborn here. These more layers. Getting there. The corners are folded over, so there's multi-layers of canvas to cut through there. Then you can repurpose this for something. All right, so here we go. Nice canvas. So using my template, I figured I could roughly get, like if I used maybe the bottom portion or the top portion, let's see, that's for one bookmark, 2, I'm just doing a rough estimate, 3, so it's like 3.5, 3 or 3 plus 3 double-sided and one-sided, and then I could also do it long ways. I could also get at least one bookmark long ways with the pretty colors. So I'll just start at the end where the fold is. Get as close to the fold as possible. And just maybe I have to do it on this side so I can see better the line here. Because I don't want the dark line in my bookmark. That's about it. Actually, it looks better this way for me. So there's, yeah, I don't want that part, so I'll put it up to here. Then I just put the ruler there, eyeball it. Oh, I had a cutting mat and it's hiding. Ever since I painted my art room last spring, I reorganized because I put things away. Now I can't find it. I say it's hiding. So I'll just use this. It'll serve the purpose so I won't cut through my silicone pad. Alright, so starting again, lining up. And I like using this cutter for this part. I just find I get more of an exact cut, but you can use an X-Acto knife. So since this is an acrylic ink pour, it's not as thick as some of my other paint pours, so it's a little easier to cut. I have to cut through that part. And if they're frayed edges, don't worry about it, because at the end you can clean it up. Trim it up. So, oh, I was going to keep the bottom portion. I shouldn't have cut all the way down. Oh well. So I can decide what I want here. Whether I want a dark part that'll go up to here, so it'll show this, or whether I want light to dark, showing that. That's kind of pretty. Or a combination of the two, having it in the middle. But then I won't be able to use the bottom strip for bookmarks. Let's see how much bottom. I still have enough bottom portion. But that doesn't look so good. I guess it doesn't, I won't use the bottom portion, so I'll just decide on what I want to use here. Probably more up here. Get some of this copper and purple in. Just put the top and bottom done here. Alright, so I can clean that up at the end. So there's one part. I'll do the other side. Just line it up. If it ends up a little smaller than the template, it doesn't matter because it'll actually be easier to get into the sleeve. Slice through and out all the way. Alright, so if I want to line this up, over here. Alright, so we have a front and back. So now I'm not going to worry about trimming it just yet. I'll glue them together and then trim them together. So make sure that these are how that's how I wanted it lined up. So you can use any type of glue. I have Elmer's Extreme on hand. On this one. So you can see how I'll trim that after. So I'll let it dry. I'll put some weight on it to make sure it's secure, and I'll be back. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and make another one. I considered doing one large piece and folding it in half, and folding it instead of doing two separate ones, just do one large one and then fold it. But then you'd have the thick part where it's folded. And for this one, it's thin. It's not bad for an acrylic ink pour, but for regular paint pours like this one, they're pretty thick, and then you'd have a thick area for the fold. So this one I just trimmed up, and I have to put it in the sleeve. But this is a lot thinner. Make another cut here. Maybe my blade is getting dull. This is a pretty one with the sun. So this is how they'll line up. And I have to decide which portion to keep. That portion. They're both very pretty. I may have to do away with the blue. And this is how it went. So you can see I'll have some trimming to do when it dries. So let me go put some weight on this one and I'll get the other one. So I was able to get 4 double-sided bookmarks out of that one canvas painting. They're not completely dry, but I'll trim one and get it into the sleeve. So wherever the bottom canvas is showing, I just trim it off. And as I mentioned before, if it's a bit smaller than the template, that's fine. It makes it easier to get into the sleeve. Bit showing. Trying to get this one area off here. There. See some more. What I sometimes do is get an acrylic pen, and then just color it in. So I could do that as well. It just fills in the bare canvas that's showing there. I have a couple of different colors here. Yeah, that camouflages that. Maybe some green down here. If there's an imperfection in the painting, you can touch it up as well. There's some blue. That's not too bad. So I think it's ready to put into the sleeve. Sometimes I use the ruler like a shoehorn, and it tends to help open it up, especially if it's an acrylic pour with thick paint. This is thinner, but I'm still having a problem getting it through because it's probably on the wide side. Sometimes they just slide right in. There. Alright, now for the tassel. Maybe this one. This one or this one? Let's do that one. So that one's probably too bright. This is the darkest. That's maybe too gold. I'm thinking maybe the orange. And there you have it. So I have these drying yet. I think I have to put something flat on them to get them flatter. And then I'll trim those up. And I did this one while I was waiting for them to dry. This is an acrylic pour that's very thick. Alright, let me know if you have any questions. That's it for today. Enjoy the day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe below.